Guys, buck right there, giant. I don't know what we're gonna do. Come on, draw back, draw back. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Hunter Classic. Today we're out here on Loggers Point. We're going to be going after some big mule deer. Now I want to try and find at least a 200 plus. I would like to get a 220 plus, but that's probably not going to happen. So we'll see if we can find some 200 plus, and we're going to be using the bow, probably the camel pulsar or maybe the carbon recurve. We'll see how it goes, so let's see what happens. Alright, we have our first buck coming in right now. It looks like a 110 scoring whitetail buck, and he's coming this direction. So we're going to square up here and see if we can't get over in this little patch of brush here. I think there might be something else over there as well. Can't quite tell what that is. There's definitely, I think it's like a coyote or something. I don't know what that is. But we're going to get over here and see if we can't get this whitetail buck. Alright, here he comes. He's right there about 40 meters out. So we'll get ready on him in just a second. We'll move forward a little bit more. I'd like to check the wind just to double check. It's pushing a tad bit to the right, but not much. It definitely won't push the camel pulsar too much. Alright, so he's about 30 meters out. Let's pop up and we'll load up our camel pulsar. See if we can't make a hit on this buck. So if he stops, or we'll just take the shot. And he's down. I don't think there's any more bucks around, but at least we got our first buck down, so let's go over here and go take a look. Yeah, pretty decent shot. Looks like a 110 score probably. Made a left lung, liver, stomach, intestine shot at 18 meters, and he scores 107.1. Funny thing is, I'm actually trying to find some mule deer, and let's check the location that we're headed. This is a pretty good location for mule deer here, all the way along this point, even though we did get that 175 whitetail buck right here as well. There definitely should be some muley bucks somewhere in this area, so hopefully we can find some. Alright, so we were tracking down a feral hog that just called, and we just spotted a buck. Pretty young one, looks like about a 6 or 8 point way out there, probably 100 meters out, but he might come this direction. Yeah, there's the hog that we're after. It's a decent male out there at about 60. So if we could get a shot, I would like to take one on him. If he doesn't go behind the hill too much. Come on, stop. Yeah, he's going right behind the hill. But it looks like that buck's at least coming in. So there he is right there, about 58 meters out. Probably 55. He has a very strange looking rack. It almost seems like they put some kind of update in here to make the antlers look more realistic. But it might be just because it's pretty early in the morning and it's hard to tell. We'll be able to tell when he gets a little bit closer for sure. But for right now, it's kind of hard to tell. And he looks like he has a pretty realistic looking rack on him. Alright, he's coming in. I think we have two coming in actually. Let's pop up. Yeah, I only see one, but let's pop up and take a shot. He's about 25 meters out. Dropped him. And I thought I heard something else coming in, but it might have just been a hog trotting off in the back there. So let's go over here and go look at this buck. Like I said, it looked like his right side is a little bit smaller than his left side here. So I don't know if that's a new thing. I kind of want to look at it and check it out. We got left lung, shoulder blade, stomach on him. He scores 60. But I really want to see if his other side is symmetrical or if it's just me. No. That is definitely, his left side is smaller than his right side. So they must have done some kind of update and made it to where they're more realistic looking now. And not all exactly the same. Oh, you know what? I'm actually thinking of Call of the Wild. I was actually thinking of Call of the Wild for a second. That's why I was wondering, wait, why is the rack actually a little bit different than what it normally would be? But anyways, I haven't really seen too many bucks that have this shape of a rack here. So it's interesting. Alright, we got a doe sneaking in here about 30 meters out. We're going to draw back and see if we can't take a shot on her. Perfect shot, and she's down. think we ended up getting spine and lung on that actually. So let's go over here and go check. She never even made a sound. All of a sudden I heard something walking in. And she just happened to be right there, right out in the open. So we managed to get a range on her and took her at, actually, I never even ranged her, but I figured she was close to 30. So let's pick her up. It looks like she was about 30 exactly. Made a nice shot. Now let's pick her up. Got double lung at 27.8 meters out, so she was pretty much 30 meters out. Alright, so I kind of want to find a mule deer, and actually what we just found right next to that doe is a decent sized muley track, 90 to 115 kg, and he was headed this direction quite a while ago, but I think we're going to track him down and see if he might not lead us to another group of bucks. Alright, so our buck just called right down here by the beach, and we put a mark on where he called from, so we're going to sneak that direction, and we'll see if we can't spot him from out here. There might actually be another group of bucks in the same area, so we'll be careful about that. So I don't want to start calling right now because then he'll come into this woods and he'll possibly see us and bust us. So we'll just glass it a little bit from far away and see if we might happen to see one of them. I don't think we're going to be able to because it's pretty thick over there. And also it's pretty early in the morning still, so it's hard to see into the dark forest. Alright, so we put out a couple of calls and I still don't see any sign of them yet. But the problem is we're in a little opening here and I don't like this. I think we're going to get over here on this ridge. That way we might be able to possibly see him if he comes up over this hill. But I don't feel comfortable being right out in the wide open like this. Alright guys, so a different buck just came in. He's right there, like a 115 score muley. This is not the same buck that we were tracking. And I'm pretty sure he's about 30 meters out. But I don't know if we should take a shot right now because we're gonna take a shot. He's about 48 meters out. The buck behind us might not spook if we take a shot on this guy, so let's see if we can make it happen. Perfect shot. He's down. So he was kind of walking, and we let him a little bit, and I think he walked right into that, and we dropped him. But the other buck that called from before, I still haven't seen him yet. He's got to be down here somewhere. I don't think he would have taken off, unless the wind happened to switch, or he's a pretty nice one, and he might know something's up. I'm almost thinking he's stuck behind a rock, or he's sleeping, or anything could be happening actually. I really don't know where he is. There's his track right there now. But I never saw him. I guess we'll just mark where the buck should be. Because I would assume he probably sensed us and took off. And we'll go over here and we'll go get this buck over here. We do have a doe right here. We might as well take a shot on her. She's about 45 out there. She's down. Let's go pick up these couple of deer here, and we'll go back on his track. We got a lung, liver, stomach shot on her, and she was 40, so I think we were holding for about 45 on her. And then this buck here was about 52, probably, maybe 49. And we're holding a little bit in front of him as he was walking, and I think he stepped right into it perfect. And we got a spine shot, so apparently we hit a little bit too high, but not going to complain about that. Still dropped him, shoulder blade spine at 48 meters. He scores 127. We have our first mule deer buck here, so that's pretty cool too. Guys, buck right there, giant. I don't know what we're gonna do. We don't have our carbon reeker equipped. Can we get it equipped in time? Come on, draw back, draw back. Got him. Oh my god, that's a giant. 220 to 245 score on that buck. I can't believe how big that huge buck is. I knew he was going to be 200 plus, but I didn't know he was going to break 220s. He was so close to busting us. I had a feeling something was up, and the fact that he didn't come in right away, I just can't believe how big this buck is. What an absolute giant buck. Let's pick him up. Made a double lung shot at 8.6 meters, and he scores 225.5, and he is a true mounter muley. I just did not even expect this. Alright, so basically a coyote just called right over there. We were coming back over to try and find the track on this buck. And I was about ready to spot this coyote, but then I saw the rat coming up over the top of this hill over here, right behind this rock. And I knew he was for sure 180 plus, but he was so close that I couldn't actually get a score estimate on him. And there's no way we could have pulled the camo pulser and the reverse draw crossbow. We didn't get time to reload that. So the only thing we had time to do was try and possibly switch out the carbon recurve with the camo pulser and pop up and maybe make a miracle happen. And that's pretty much what we just did. And we got a giant 225 scoring mule deer buck. That is exactly what we wanted. Wow, look at the spread on that buck. Look at the spread on that buck. He has a couple of stickers on him as well too. Probably without those stickers, I bet he would have broke 230s. I bet he would have. Awesome picture. Let's go with that. And yeah, let's get him mounted. I can't wait to bring him to our new trophy lodge and put him up in there. It just happened so fast. So fast. That was the track that we were actually looking for too. And that goes to show you that if you find a low weight buck track, it's not always going to be a 120s mule deer buck, or say you'd find a 75 to 85 kg whitetail track. There's not always going to be a 100% chance it's going to be a 120s buck. There's still a 50% chance it's going to be a huge wall hanger, and that's what happened in this situation here. Alright guys, well I don't really know if that hunt could go much better than it just did, so let's go over to the trophy lodge and go take a look at our giant 225 scoring mounter muley buck. Alright guys, here we are back at the trophy lodge, and here is our giant 225.5 scoring muley buck. Now I wanted to get one mounted that was going to score 220 plus, but I didn't think that would actually happen. And the fact that this happened, it was pretty awesome. It really was. It happened so fast. I think it was like 8 meters away. Without him busting us, which I don't know how that happened. I've had that happen probably 20 or 30 times now where a big buck got within 10 meters of us and it pretty much almost busts you every single time. By the time you get ready to pull out your bow, if you take too long, they pretty much sense something's up and they just bust you. But luckily, somehow we managed to pull it off and got this big buck. So I think that's going to be a pretty good way to end this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Also, I want to give a special thanks to Ninja Hunter 79, Chance Robbins, Ian Eckstein, Brandon Darlin, and Trevor. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Ah.